Okay, here's a very strange example. 1 divided by 1 minus x. Let's take that very sparse, simple polynomial. It's just the number 1. I mean, I've got all these x's and x squares and x cubes to play with, but my picture of it is none of those x's. It's just one dot, a 1, 1. All right, I want to take this polynomial, not much of a polynomial, and divide it by this polynomial nonetheless. And what does that look like? Well, it's an anti-x and an actual 1. Anti-dot next to a dot. So I'm looking for this pattern in this very empty picture. What can I do? Well, I do see a dot there. Wouldn't it be nice to have an anti-dot there to go with it? That's what I'm looking for. Make it happen. Deal with the consequences. Okay, so that at least gave me one of what I want. There's an anti-dot dot pattern right there at that level. But now I've got this dot here. Wouldn't it be nice to have an anti-dot to go with it? Make it happen. Deal with the consequences. Okay, great. So I've done it again. All right, there's another one of what I'm looking for. Ooh, I've got a dot there. Wouldn't it be nice to have an anti-dot here? Make it happen. Consequences. Okay, I'm doing it there again. Oh, I want to do it again. And again. And I have a feeling I'm going to be doing this for quite a long time. That I think I'll be in that cycle forever. So the question is, how do I interpret this crazy answer? Well, I can see, this is 1 at the 1 level, plus 1 at the x level, plus 1 at the x squared level, plus 1 at the xq level, plus 1 at the x fourth level, and so on and so on and so on, an infinite sum. In fact, we've just proved what people call the geometric series formula. The sum of the powers of a quantity x is given by 1 over 1 minus x. Wow, this is absolutely astounding. Oh, let's do this one. 1 divided by 1 minus x squared. Again, it's a very sparse polynomial. It's got no x's or x squareds or x cubes. It's just a single 1. So let me draw a whole bunch of boxes with just the single 1. And we're dividing it by 1 minus x squared. So what does that look like? So it's an anti-x squared and an anti-x and an actual 1. Anti-dot, anti-dot, dot. All right. So all we've got is this picture, and we're looking for those. Oh, well, I've got a dot. It'd be nice to have an anti-dot and an anti-dot there to go with them. Make it happen. Deal with the consequences. But that then gives me one of what I want at this level. Great. All right, let me just work steadily from right to left, because I have a feeling I'm going to need to build up a whole infinite series again. That one dot there, I'd love to have an anti-dot and an anti-dot to go with it. Make it happen. Deal with the consequences. All right, that gives me another one of what I want, but now it's at this level. Now it looks like I'm going for a double dose of one. There's 2 dots there. I want a double dose of this. I want really 2 anti-dots there and 2 anti-dots there. Let me be a little sneaky. Let me just write -2 and -2. I'm going to get tired of drawing dots. But to counter that, I need to actually put in 2 actual dots and 2 actual dots. So that box is still empty. I've made no changes there technically. But now I've got a double dose of what I'm looking for. There's actually a 2 of what I'm looking for at that level. Now look here, I've got 2 dots and 1 dot. That's actually 3 dots. So what I'm really looking for is 3 dots, anti-3 and anti-3. Balance it, balance it. So there is a triple of what I'm looking at. All right, all right. Oh, but now here I've got 5 dots. 5 of these, which I want anti-5, anti-5. Make it anti-5, anti-5, counteract with 5 and 5. And now I can see I've got a 5 of what I want right there. This is getting curious. Now I've got 8 dots there. I want anti-8, anti-8, balanced with 8 and 8. I can see I'm going to have 8 here. I'll see I'll have 8 and the 5, I'll have 13 here. If you keep going, you'll have 21 next, and so on. We're getting a sequence of numbers. In fact, my answer would be written as, how do I write the answer? I've got 1 unit, so this equals 1 unit, plus 1x, plus 2x squareds, plus 3x cubes, plus 5x to the fourths, plus 8x to the fifths, plus 13x to the sixth, and so on and so on and so on. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13 is a very famous sequence of numbers. It's got many names in many cultures, called the Himachandra numbers, also called the Fibonacci numbers, sometimes called the B numbers, because generations of Bs follow these patterns as well. Whoa. Wow, so apparently, this is actually mind-blowing. This simple little rational function, it turns out, encodes all the information about that famous sequence of numbers. To study the properties of the Himashundra numbers or the Fibonacci numbers, apparently all you have to do is study this function. Wow, wow, this is mind-blowing and fabulous. This is what I love about mathematics. Even so-called elementary mathematics is surprisingly deep. All we've been doing is putting dots in boxes and playing with patterns, and look what folds out. Mathematics is truly wondrous and just awe-inspiring. Wow.